Hey, it's Floki. Welcome back to another episode on Covert Craft. Had some real good progress in the base, and I'm really excited to go and show you guys kind of what's going on. And I'm so excited. This has been amazing. Everything is looking absolutely beautiful. I'm so excited to show you kind of what I've been up to. Got a few different things. So if you come in, I'm a lover of like Frank Lloyd Wright, and his whole thing was like you go from like a small space and you like open up into big spaces. So I kind of get that feeling like I'm going through like, so sure, I got this big door, but we're going through like this little opening here, and we come in and boom, we open up. I've got this dome all built here. Um, and yeah, this is looking amazing. This is by far my favorite build I have ever made. Um, I've made a couple little custom saplings here in here. It looks amazing. Or I found really is kind of I figured out kind of how to build these simply. So basically, yeah, I've got just some fence posts here, and then I took some fence gates out, and I basically just built leaves around them to cover them up. You put your display in fancy mode, and they look really nice. You know, even you can just kind of yeah, just throw some leaves on there. It's not that hard to do. So I've got my hanging gardens kind of all built up here. I might need to do a little more detailing, add some things in here, kind of make it feel more homely. But I've got my hanging gardens built, and of course I got this beautiful dome up here. This looks just amazing, kind of like an oasis here. You know, everything outside is all snowy and everything, and here it's nice and warm and cozy and yeah, these are actually beets, and the beets they got a really pretty texture. That red goes really well with say like roses and all sorts of other stuff in here. You look at different, and I love that you like walk around, you look from different ways, and you see like it all looks kind of differently. So yeah, I've got some lights up here, chandeliers to make this look nice, and yeah, they're different heights and they're kind of all over. Yeah, kind of different levels. I got different things. I got some kind of like some creeping vines going down that side there, and got different flowers and everything. And as you go up, I've got like some trees that I planted up there. It's actually kind of hard to tell, but these are actually like plastered right up against the wall, but they look nice. And then I've got just like grass along the very top edges, and then I've got some little plants. They use the same idea here. I love that. Well, I had to use green terracotta, and then you take a dead bush and then you put two leaves on top of it, and it looks like a nice little bush. Fancy pants, real nice. And then I've started working up here. I've got a fireplace built. This again, this needs some detail, something here to go and show off and showcase. But I've got that. I like to go and use like the coal ore that looks nice. It's kind of like a little bit of coal dust or something going on there, a little bit of ashes on there. It looks nice. So I've got that all set up. I got this beautiful window. Love this window. It looks like a rose or a poppy. It all depends. I guess if I put black in the middle, it'd be a poppy. I don't think about doing that. But beautiful rose window. It's not a rose window in the technical sense, but it is a window with a rose on it. Anyways, this is looking absolutely gorgeous. I've got a little table here. Another one of my little tricks here. If you go and use, I go and use the upside down staircases here to go and make it kind of look like, legs to the table. And then I go and use the, what are the glazed terracotta. And if you use those blocks there, it kind of looks like a runner that goes down through the table. I still need to complete this. I'm going to need some sort of little bar type area back there and all that. I had to dig this out and make like a little alcove. So yeah, any like the dirt areas up here, I filled them in with wood that kind of make it look like it's kind of like being retained by like some wood there. And then up top, I put this over the dirt, so I actually had something to support the soil on. This came out just stinking epic. This is by far, this has got to be like, this is, yeah, I just run around and look at this place because I look at it from different angles and it just looks differently. Yeah, even if I go and say, like, let's just build up here and look up. Oh, I got that in the way. But yeah, you look up, it just, everything from a different angle just kind of looks different. It just, I love it. This is just so pretty. Just everything came together on this build so nicely. So that's kind of that. I've got this, so this is going to go into my bedroom. I haven't built this up yet, but again, it's that same concept, Frank Lloyd Wright kind of concept of, okay, we're going to squeeze you through this really tight space, and then boom, open up. So this still needs to open up, and it's going to be this nice big space in here for my bedroom and all that. It needs to be kind of widened out and all that to make it look nice. So there's that. Also working on my base down here, and again, I got my awesome carpets and all that are in here that really spice this up. This tree really makes this look awesome. It really makes everything pop. I have, for one, I've created a nice little crafting area. So I have a simple composter here, a simple smelter, and then I've got all my stuff for crafting and enchanting and all that. This is actually for when I go and do potion brewing. It's nice to have a infinite water source to go and do that. And then I have started making my what would I call it, storage area. And so this is how I like to go and do this, to have a nice long hallway with just everything here so I can find everything. I put everything away. And so this has kind of gotten started. I need to go and of course do this other side over here. But I've got this going. This is working. The floor is obviously not done. I don't have any sea lanterns, so that's kind of a placeholder right there. But yeah, we've kind of gotten stuff started here. Another little thing I have started, and TBD, but yeah, this is obviously a mob farm. But this is a slime chunk, and so this is going to be our slime chunk here. Don't blow up. Anyway, so that's a slime chunk I'm going to dig out, and that's going to look nice. And let's see, over here as well, one thing because I had made a whole ton of glass for this beautiful glass top up here. I went and made a super smelter. I love now that I can go and use as many stinking hoppers as I want, and it's going to be amazing. So I've got this, so you can put your fuel in, you put your input items in, you get your output items. So if you go back in here, real simple little setup. This is a really simple little setup. You just have your chest, and then I've got just hopper mine carts. And so whenever this chest has, there's two options here. Whenever this chest has anything in it, you get a output, which goes to the rail right there. Or if this minecart comes back and it has anything in it, then it will send a signal to there and turn on that rail there. So that's how this works for the input, and for the fuel are both, if there's something in there, then it turns on. One other thing, and so then all the this, I just use a hopper line here to go and pick up items. So nice. I didn't have to go and use a minecart for this, just a hopper line to go and do this. So really nice. One other thing I added on here, for this chest right here, I wanted to make sure, like, if I didn't have any any coal in there, I wanted to have a notice. So I've got a whatever the heck these things are called, a comparator that goes and takes an output and sends a little message sort of to this little redstone lamp. So I need to probably move that down, because apparently these first ones get coal before the back ones, because that one has like 19, that one has like 10, that one has 10. So it's not like a perfect system, but hey, keep loading it up. I eventually want to go and get like a bamboo zero tick farm hooked up to this and just run that into here, because this also works great for getting XP, and I've kind of set that up in order to go make XP. Is all I have to do is, when I'm running this and I want to go and get XP out of it, I just take all these and you flick them all down. This is not massive redstone here, but that locks all the hoppers, which then makes it so I can go and pick up the items. So yeah, and get the XP when I do it, which is nice. Boom, boom, and they're all back on. Yeah, sorry, that's not very fancy, but that's simple and it works. And I don't come back here that often to go and get XP. How do I get out of here? Alright guys, so that's the main things in my base. Next thing, I'm going to take you over to the spider farm. This is going to be pretty quick. Okay guys, so here we are at the Spider Grinder. I had a problem. I was over here digging this spider spawner out, and a creeper came and blew me up and blew up the spawner. So we only have 2 spider spawners. Woe is me. First world problems. But I've got this set up and working. Kind of one of the problems you have with spiders is that they want to go and climb up the walls. Well, I've kind of fixed that problem here. So what happens whenever they climb up, they usually climb up near this corner where they hit the wall, because the water's pushing them, flushing them from that corner all the way down to here. This Any ones that happen to climb, you got climbers, they will come up here and hit this water and get flushed over. And you can see this is working relatively well. I need to go and heal up or mend up my pickaxe. This is not perfect, and this is actually relatively slow. A couple of things I have noticed. If you put this in this arrangement so that these fences, sorry, I saw bed and said bed, fences keep you away from the spiders, and if you have it so you're on half slabs, you can kill them and they cannot get to you. So, yep, should be able to just mend right up and be all set. This is not the fastest. Again, I wish I had a third spawner, but I don't have a third spawner. And I think, oh, I got all my stuff on, but I don't think, yeah, it's called mending, so it's going to probably pick up the stuff. But yeah, that's how that works. And it's just a simple little hopper that picks up stuff from that half slab and puts them on there. So we're probably today going to go and build an ender blender, which will basically make this whole thing obsolete unless you really want string for some reason. I guess you could use it to go and turn into wool or something like that. So that's kind of stuff going on here. This is not the prettiest looking build. I need to go and make it look nicer. I've pretty much rated this whole thing. I need to make it look nicer. As you see, when I actually went and mined this out, I actually put glass across all that so you actually can see all of the mines that are around there, which is kind of neat and kind of pretty. This all connects. So trying to make it kind of look nice and look kind of neat. Kind of got the beautiful glow to it. It's a little bit different. I don't know. It's nice. But as I said, this is working. We're getting spiders at it, and we're getting some XP. But I think the Enderman grinder we're about to go and build is going to put this thing out of the water. I think it's going to be just nuts, and I think we're working on that today. We are going to so get that done. So, anyways, guys. So I really appreciate you guys watching today. It should be kind of a short one compared to my normal videos, but because it was just such a grind to go and get that everything in my base kind of built up and done. It's just so much placing of flowers and filling and rock and all that sort of thing. So anyways, please like what like me if you like what you've seen, and definitely leave me a comment. Tell me what you think. If I'm doing something wrong, tell me. You know what I mean? If I could be doing something better, tell me. I really appreciate all your comments, and if you aren't subscribed, please subscribe to me. And thank you guys so much. Bye.